Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these adorable front door hangers that are completely switchable out from season to season or theme to theme. We're going to be using these white 18-inch discs from MagnoliaDIY.com and these black ones. And I'm going to talk to you about all the different options because there are a ton of different things that you could do for a million different looks, depending on what colors, what ribbon, what all over pattern stencil you use, and you can do both sides. So I'm super excited as you are hopping on. Tell me where you're watching from so I know I'm not just standing in my craft room talking to my cell phone. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to sprinkle if you like these ideas. Feel free to ask questions. And if you want links at the end, just say link or say it sometime during the thing and I'll get those for you. So I'm going to give you a list of everything you need. Okay, so let's start with this one. I'm going to tell you how I made these and then we're going to actually do one. Okay, this is a black 18-inch round. It's like a painted MDF, but it's sort of like a chalkboard surface, so it's easy to wash. And for this one, I used this stencil right here, which is new to me. It's called a cow pattern. And then I used this one for both of them. This is a great stencil to make these. It comes with two pieces. Part of it says, "Let's stay home." And I know they are hard to see. And also they look kind of cruddy because I love them and I've used them a lot. This one says "Welcome" and this one says "Let's stay home." So they're going to be using that. And then I used some white, just plain white chalk paste. And I made this little ribbon thing, and this is one of these little round chalk circles that you can get. And then our little bow, which will be completely changeable, is built on some magnets with lots of hot glue. And and then I got very brave and I got my husband's drill out and I drilled a couple of holes in the top of this to hang it. And I got pictures of this yesterday on my front door and it's adorable, absolutely adorable. Okay, so that's the first one in black and I really do like how that turned out. And you can kind of see it there. Let me scooch you back just a little bit. You see how cute that is? Okay, and then the other one, which is equally adorable, I think, is the white. And my bow is wanting to fall off of this. Okay, it's a white 18-inch round, same deal. I drilled holes, two of them, to put this hanger on. And then I used that same welcome stencil, this one, whoops, this part of it. And I used this super adorable, it's called Retro Flower, all over pattern stencil. I used it right down here. And I used two colors of chalk paste. I used mulberry, and then I used this pink, which is called Sugar Plum. And I used black chalk paste for the top part. I also used my black chalk marker that comes in this awesome set. And I made this little bow, which is built on magnets, so it can totally be changed. And I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it turned out, oops, straight. I think it turned out pretty darn cute. I took the same retro flower thing and I just kind of added a few little flowers here and there around the word welcome. And I used my marker to do my little squiggle ... thing, which all of this is optional. I just want to give you a ton of ideas. So let's use this one. Take the bow off and we're going to do the other side. And I'm going to show you start to finish how you put this together. Okay, by the way, I did not spray this with any kind of clear sealer. So what that means is I could use an antibacterial wipe or a paper towel and a little water and clean all of this off and start completely fresh. Isn't that cool? Okay, so I'm gonna lay it on a couple of my little fuzzing towels here, just so I don't scratch up this side of it, but we're gonna use this same round. And what I love about this idea is that you can keep the same thing on your front door and just swap it out depending on what mood you're in or what the season is, or like if you wanted to do a lemon theme or you want to do a Halloween theme or snowflakes. I mean, absolutely whatever you want. Okay, so for this one on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to use this. This is a new stencil. I've used it a few times. I love these. If you've never used these stencils from MagnoliaDIY.com, you are missing out. These allow somebody who's not artistic like me in about 45 seconds to create something fabulous, and they're reusable many times. And these pattern ones, you can do a zillion different things with them. Nancy says she likes both. Tell me in the comments whether you like the black one or this white one so far. So we're going to be using this, and you can decide how far up on your round you want your pattern to go. If you want it to go up very high, then you're going to probably have to piece part of it. If you're okay with it going lower, then you may not. And when I say piece, I just mean you're going to stencil part of it and then you're going to come back and stencil the other half. So I'm going to use this blue tape. This makes it a little bit easier to find what is going to be straight. Okay, I'm going to say that's pretty straight. And then let's fiddle around with this. And one thing I figured out is that a lot of these stencils can be kind of turned sideways. And if you move your little line down further, you may be able to do it just in one fell swoop. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Oh, and I probably should fuzz this just a smidge because it's still pretty new. These are tacky towels. You could do it on a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, a pair of khakis, any kind of low lint type of fabric. Okay. So let me see if I can possibly make that happen here. With this stencil, where we don't have to piece anything in. And I think this will be fine. Let's see if I can go down just a little bit further. Okay, this is a little bit of a math challenge here. Okay, I think that is going to be good. All right, so these stencils are sticky, and that means that they're great to work with. They don't shuffle around. You don't have to tape them down. This line where I put the blue tape is going to kind of stop where my top paste will go, and I'm going to use two colors for this. And how I decided on my colors was based on the ribbon that I wanted to use. Are you like that? Do you sometimes say, oh, I feel like wearing my red glasses today, so I'm gonna pick out an outfit that would go with that? It's kind of like that. This one is called Blue Ice chalk paste. It's a great color. And then this one is called Azure. It's a great color too. They're two different kind of tones of a tealy blue. And I'm just going to stir up my chalk paste a little bit and put some blobs on here, because we're going to kind of do a little mixing type thing. I think these are going to be pretty together. I can always add more if I need it. Okay, so can you see what I've got going on right here? Okay. All right, and I'm just going to use a small cut apart squeegee. Well, hey Kim, hey Sheila, hi Karen. How's everyone doing this beautiful Saturday afternoon? Hope everybody's doing great. I'm really just kind of moving my colors around, trying to get different areas that have the different colors and not necessarily to just mix the colors all up. I love this idea of making these changeable front door hangers. I'm kind of frugal. Well, okay, I'm really frugal, but I love the idea of repurposing things over and over and over. And this is a way that you can repurpose one round for your front door. Just change the bow and change the stencil and you have something completely different. Okay, this is what it looks like. This is so pretty. Okay, and I see two little teeny spots that I could come back and fix that are empty, but they're not, it's not a super huge deal if I don't. I'm gonna throw my stencil face down in my little tub of water over here so that it can soak until I can get into the kitchen to clean it up. I'll show you what this looks like. It's really cute. I love the stencil. And I do like using on the white bolder colors that show up better. I played around with the yellow a little bit yesterday. There's an adorable stencil called Daisies, and it just, you couldn't see it well enough. So that's why I didn't go live with this yesterday, because I said, I'm just gonna wait till the morning and get up and try it again and see if I like it better. Okay. All right, so now for the welcome part, I'm gonna leave the tape on for right now. Let's use, let's continue on with these two colors. How's that sound? I think that would be good. I'm not gonna fuzz this because it's been used so many times. And try to get it as straight as I can. And then this tape helps you to get things straight. Okay. Pushing my stencil down really good. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's do a combination of the blues. What do you guys think so far? Do you like this idea? Okay, somebody's asking what colors are there. This one is called Blue Ice, and the other one is called Azure. and they're both great colors. They're super, and this is chalk paste, in case I didn't say that. They're both great summer colors. I love both of them. Okay, let's see if that's enough. Probably is. Okay, and I'm going to use the same squeegee. We're just going to... So the other two, well, the other one, the pink one, I used black for the word welcome, but it was a mix of colors just like this. I could have done the welcome in the colors as well. And heck, because this is changeable and super easy to change, I could just wash off this part right here, the welcome, and start completely over. Oh my gosh, this is super cute. It is absolutely adorable. Get this in the water here to soak until I can get out to the kitchen to clean it off. Super cute. Super, super, super cute. And I want to get some close-up pictures so that you can see how awesome the colors are. It's really cute. Oh my gosh. This is perfect for summer if you ask me. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna build a bow. And you can use absolutely whatever technique you like to make bows, or you could buy a pre-made one. It's up to you. Oh, and I did want to mention that Magnolia has this smaller size. This is 10 inches. The bigger ones are 18 inches and they come in black and white. They're great. They're great. And they were easy to drill. I used my husband's drill that's like 50 years old. And I just popped in 2 quick holes. And this drill's nice and easy. If you have a really big crocodile, you could use that too. Hey Cindy, yes, it's an 18-inch round in the black and in the white. Hey Janeth, what stencil did I use on the bottom of the black one? On this one, I used the cow pattern. How cute is that? And also on my bow, I used another one of the little rounds that you can get from Magnolia. These are the little chalk circles in black. And I used part of one of the farm minis and white chalk paste to do that. Chicken on a pig on a cow to go with this whole theme. And Magnolia has a ton of different pattern stencils. Those are the things that I use so much. Let me grab a couple. Okay, this is my all-time favorite. This is called Victorian Pattern. Probably lots of you guys have that, I'm guessing. This is the one I was trying to use yesterday with yellow, but I didn't love how it turned out. It was too hard to see, but these are called daisies, daisy pattern. And then this is a new one, which is called Subway Tile. They have a bunch of different flowers in the fall. They have a beautiful fall leaf one that I'm definitely gonna use. There's a ton. And I'll share pictures in the comments of all the different all-over pattern stencils that you can get. Okay, I'm gonna build a bow just how I usually do it, which is pretty darn simple. But you can build a bow however, whatever style you like. Okay. And I think because I'm gonna use a combination of colors that this is gonna work. Let me see if I have a different blue. It's hard to decide. I think this is too much. We might use a little bit of that. too green. Does anyone else ever feel like you have 90 million ribbons, but you never have the color that you want? Where did I get the stencils? The stencils all came from MagnoliaDIY.com. And Lori, when I'm all finished, if you'll just say link, I'll get you direct links to all of these things so you don't have to hunt them down. It just makes it super easy. This ribbon, I believe right here, is a Dollar Tree ribbon. And if you haven't seen the video where I talked about how I store my ribbon on these little cards now, oh, it's a mess, so I won't show you right now. But anyways, if you haven't seen that video, you might want to look it up because it's great, especially if you feel like you can't manage the amount of ribbon that you have. That's how I felt. I didn't have enough room for all of it. Now I have plenty of room. I could buy 100 more rolls if I wanted. I'm just doing a variety. We'll see what we like. And I always end up trimming them down. I just start to build it, and then when I put it up there, I'll figure out what the scale should be, and I can adjust it. Ooh. Let's try a little bit of this too. I don't know. Most of the time I use ribbon that's wired. This particular one is not. Okay, so did I not cut another one of this? Does the paint with the kit, or do you order it separate? Okay, Jeanette, if you're wanting to order one of the DIY kits that Magnolia has, it comes with everything, even the surface. If you're wanting to order a la carte from my website, which is MagnoliaDIY.com, then you would order whatever kind of medium you want. And this is chalk paste. It's like the chalk that your teacher used on the chalkboard, but it's in a paste form. It dries hard and stable, but it's not permanent. So it's not paint. Paint is permanent. Chalk paint and chalk paste are not the same thing, just for everyone, because the vocabulary is hard. So this is one thing that you can get at MagnoliaDIY.com. The other thing you can get is ink. And ink is for, ink is really for fabric and ceramics, and it needs to be heat set to become permanent, and it is permanent. But for this type of application, you're going to want chalk paste and not paint. I never use any kind of paint on my stencils because I want to be using my stencils so long that they look like this. This still works. This is my like 3-year-old Victorian pattern stencil. Doesn't have a lot of stick to it anymore, but it still works just fine. It's just all stained and yucky. But you cannot use paint on these. Otherwise, you'll have your stencil for 1 or 2 uses. And this one I probably used at least 50 times. I'm not even kidding. So that's why I don't ever use any paint on mine. Okay, I'm gonna start with this and we'll see if I need to adjust it. The kind of ribbon or bows that I like to make just have a little zip tie in the center. This is Doris brand. You can get zip ties at Dollar Tree. Whoops. You can get them everywhere. And I'm just going to put this underneath the center. I just did crisscross, crisscross. I can already see this is way too long. And now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I need to do it, I need to change my order just a little bit. It will look like it matches better if I do it this way. So as soon as we get a basic bow done, I'm going to show you what I was talking about with the little chalk circles. And then I'm going to show you how to do the magnet thing. Okay, so I've just put that on there. I'm going to flip it around to the back and fiddle around with my stack so it's not all weird. And I'm going to pull it tight and cut it off. And yes, this is way too big. It's gonna go right here somewhere. So it'll definitely get made smaller, for sure. Let's do some of that right this very second. I'm just gonna make those little dovetails. Put this one at an angle. Oops. Looks better already. This one's still way too long. This little plaid ribbon right here on the front with the little pom-poms on the edge, that came from Hobby Lobby, in case you're wondering. I've had it for a long time. It's a super cute ribbon. Okay, so let's pretend that I did both sides. The other thing we could do is we could do a stencil on one of these little round chalk circles in these same colors, and we could add it to that. And I would probably do the same pattern as what I have going on right here, but it's wet and in the sink. So I may do this after and get pictures. So you can get these, and you can also get, Magnolia also has all kinds of different shapes, like hearts, and they had Easter eggs, and they had black circles, and they're fun. So, and they're washable, so I did snowflakes on them. I'll clean that off if I decide to add something to it. Okay, let's build the magnet part, and I'll come back and clean up the other side so you're not having to wait. Okay, these are magnetic buttons. You can find these everywhere. These, I think, came from Walmart. I don't remember how much they cost. I know they have them at Dollar Tree, at Hobby Lobby, at Joann's, Michael's, everywhere. And button magnets are awesome, but they're really dangerous if you have little ones that might put these in their mouth. I hear about kids going to the emergency room all the time. So here's my little, I was a lawyer before I was a home mommy. Before I did this, here's my little warning. If you're using button magnets, just keep them up. Don't let them fall on the floor, and don't let anyone put these in their mouth or little ones play with them, because it's just way too dangerous. And so I have two magnets hooked together. This is the trick. And I'm going to put a blob on the back of this side of the bow. And I'm going to stick one of the stacks of buttons into it and push it down. Can you see? It's two. And they're magnetized to each other right now. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So now it has 2 of 2. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick because I don't think it's going to look good for me to show you the completed thing if it's... I can come back later if I don't have these exactly even. So when we're done assembling this, I'm going to talk for a few minutes about some of the different possibilities, okay? And if you have some Magnolia stencils, some of the patterns especially, and you have chalk paste, then really all you would need to get are the rounds, and then this one that says "Welcome, let's stay home," because that's the main piece for the door hanger. Okay, good enough. All right, so here's the front of my bow, and here's the back. All right, let's bring this over here, and I'm gonna put, where do I want this to go? Put this up here in this top corner, and so my magnet buttons are stacked on here 2 together. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the back of the top side. And then I'm gonna push it down where I think I want it, right here. Fiddle around with my bows later. And that is what we have. And dun, 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 the magnets stay on. They are attached now to my little sign, and my bow is changeable. So if I wanted to make a different one, change this all out, I would just get 2 more magnets. I would stick them on here so they're the right space apart. Make my bow and then glue my bow onto the magnets, and it's just a slightly reversed process, but it's the same idea exactly. Now, if you want this to be like this forever, you never are going to want to change it. You could use some of this clear matte sealer spray and just spray the whole thing. But as long as you are hanging this outside on your front door and it's covered, so it's not going to get rained on or snowed on, that kind of thing, then it'll be fine just like this, and you can not seal it, and then you'll be able to change it out. That's my plan. My front door is in a little covered front entry, and so it's not going to get wet. Okay, so there's that side. Here's this one. Where did I put my bow? It's here somewhere. Here it is. There's the back of my bow, and I'm just going to stick it on here. Now we have this side. Get all this back out of my way. And here's the other side. Okay, and then here is the black one. And I still have this whole other side to do. So what do you guys think? Do you like this idea? of making these completely changeable front door hangers. You know, when you look at Pinterest, for example, this is something I've been noticing for a while, is a ton of Pinterest projects that are these adorable rounds that say welcome, and they have all kinds of different designs on them. And they're permanent though. They're a one thing only deal. And so I started to think, could I come up with a way to use these from Magnolia and some chalk paste and stencils and some button magnets, so it could be changeable, to make some front door signs, rounds, that are completely changeable for every season of the year. And I've been playing with this idea for a few days, and I totally think it turned out adorable. Okay, so what could you do? Let's think about summer. You could do beach, seashells, 4th of July. You could do watermelon theme. You could do lemons. You could do flowers, butterflies. I mean, this cow is not really a seasonal thing. It's more of a theme. Okay, so then for fall, you can do all the different fall things. Fall leaves, using orange and brown and yellow. You could do pumpkins. You could do outright Halloween. You can do autumn harvest, all that kind of thing. Then you can do your winter, snowflakes, snowmen, Santa, Christmas, New Year's, spring. You could do Easter. You could just do green and flowers. You could do Valentine's Day. So I think you can see, using an all over pattern stencil, that maybe this is not a Valentine's Day pattern stencil. It's also not Easter. It's also not fall. It's also not Christmas. But depending on the color of chalk paste that you use and the other embellishments that you do, this can become anything. So if I had used this on the bottom, it could be any season, any theme. You could make one for happy birthday. You could make one for happy anniversary. You could make something to celebrate somebody's graduation or wedding. If you love purple and teal, you could make any kind of design. I'm thinking of my friend Susie, loves those colors. You could do that. If you're an orange lover like me, you could do something all orange. You can do just, bees. You could do bees. Why don't you guys tell me in the comments the other thoughts that you have? MagnoliaDIY.com, that's my website. They have a bajillion different themed stencils that you could use to do these little doodads on the top, or to embellish things however you want. You could use some of these chalk paste markers to do little squiggles and dots however you might want. Depending on what ribbon you choose, what colors of chalk paste, I mean, this can just become absolutely anything that you would like it to become. So that's what I wanted to, that's the idea I wanted to show you. I hope that you like it. I hope you'll give it a try. These little rounds are around $20, and you can use the front and the back, and then you can clean them off and do another season. But if you decide to do this kind of a project, I would love to see pictures. So send me some pictures here, or share pictures of your projects over in the free group that I set up for us, which is Dreamy DIY. If you haven't joined it yet, you can type Dreamy space DIY in the search bar at Facebook. Pull it up, answer the questions that you agree you'll be nice to the other crafters. Of course you do. You agree that you won't use that site to try to sell makeup or whatever. You agree that you won't share other crafters' videos there. It's easy peasy. Say yes, yes, yes. Then myself or my administrator will let you in the group, and we want to see pictures of your projects in the group. And also, you need to get a cup of coffee, an iced tea, a glass of wine, a milkshake, whatever you like, and sit down and click on the videos or the photos tab there and just look. There are thousands of amazing craft projects that you guys have shared there. So, what else do I want to tell you? You could do happy birthday, baby. Oh my gosh. There's so many different things that you could do. Like if you had friends visiting, I mean, you could even do sports teams. And it might just say welcome on it, and then it might be that you use this. But if you're a Bulldog, a University of Georgia Bulldog fan, then you use red and black. You use red and black ribbon, and maybe you can find some ribbon that has the little Georgia Bulldog on it. And then it can totally be a Georgia Bulldog front door hanger, made without even having a Georgia Bulldog stencil. So I'm pretty excited about this idea. I'm going to continue on with it throughout the year. So if you want to do some of the projects that I'm doing, grab the white and the black 18-inch rounds, and then whatever else you might want. And we'll be doing fall, we'll be doing Christmas, we'll be doing winter, we'll be doing snowflakes. I mean, we'll do Easter, we'll do Valentine's Day, we'll do the whole year. So be watching for lots more projects like this. Thank you so much to everyone who did stars. If you like this idea and you have friends that you think would like the concept of this, please consider sprinkling this to your social media, to your Facebook page, or if you're in a crafting group that allows that, share it there. Let me know if you have questions, and if you want links to any of the awesome stencils, the round, you know, or any of this stuff, or the chalk paste. There's a ton of different colors. Oh my gosh. Just say link and I'll get you links. And yes, they're well worth the money, for sure. And these guys, if you take care of them, they're gonna last you. Like this one looks terrible, but it still works. And I've had it for 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And I've used it a bazillion times. So, okay, well that's what I wanted to show you. I will get pictures, I'll put them here in the comments. I'll also just put them on the page. Oh, Sheila says, thank you, another home run. I have been thinking about this kind of project for a while. So I hope you really do think it's a home run, because I do. I want to do things that are going to be quick and easy. I don't like to throw things away or to use something for 2 months and then stick it in the basement. I want to always be repurposing things, and the idea of being able to make this over and over and over for whatever I want, I think is just really nice. So, okay, I see lots of people asking for links. Even if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and say link and I'll get you those. I do come back for several weeks after I record a video, and when I play it on replay, and answer questions even after that. So, Elaine, I'll get you a link to the stencils. Okay, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Whoops, I can't find my finish button. Bye, everyone.